Hello guys! So many people have asked me to make a smoothie video, which I put off doing for quite a long time. Really, you can put almost anything you want in a blender and you have a smoothie. But I'll share with you my favorite version and something a little more kid-friendly too. This is lacinato kale, aka dinosaur kale or black kale. And the leaves are a little bit bumpy. It's very thick. The lacinato kale has a pretty potent flavor, so if you're going to make smoothies for children, you might want to use a little bit less if they're really picky. And this one is my favorite. It is purple kale or red kale. People call it red kale at the store, but it's purple and green. And I like the flavor of this one because it's more balanced. It's not quite as strong as this one. And I think it tastes better than the other version, the plain green frilly kale too. That one's much more cabbagey, or it actually tastes a little bit more on the broccoli side. And they're all related. All the kales, broccoli, cabbage, they're all cousins. Typically, I'll take about 2 of these leaves, and depending on the size, take about 2 of these, and maybe 1 of these if you're going to make a kid smoothie, or just don't use it, but you can use a couple of these. And the third green that I usually put in my smoothie is actually spinach. It gives it a more creamy flavor. It kind of mellows it out if you have really strong kales in there. It really tends to calm it down. So I'm going to take these. These can go back in the refrigerator. I always wash my greens first very well because it's raw, right? I'm eating it raw, and I don't know how many people have handled my kale, especially in flu season. Another item you might want to include is some flax. This is a good opportunity to put 1 or 2 teaspoons or a tablespoonful or more of ground flax. This is the actual golden flax seed. I don't put it in like this into the blender, although it might come out if you have a really good blender. I have an awesome one here, but you can put it into a coffee grinder and grind it into a flour, and then you don't have to worry about anything gritty in your smoothie. So there's some flax, a couple of leaves of red kale, a lacinato kale. I could probably just shove it in there whole, but everything fits better if I chop it up a little bit. And I give my blender, I'm thinking maybe a little bit longer life if I chop it up ahead of time. My dogs are waiting anxiously by my side because this is one of their favorite things. They absolutely love their greens. Every morning they get a lot of raw fruits and vegetables every day. Okay, and the next thing I'll do is put in a generous handful of spinach. Now, I did mention fruit. Strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, and raspberries. I put in a nice heaping cup of those. I will add a banana. Another amazing ingredient you can put in is freshly minced ginger, about a teaspoonful of fresh minced ginger or a little bit more if you really love ginger, because it has great anti-inflammatory properties. So you will need to add some liquid. You can add different milks, hemp milk, coconut milk, anything you want. And I used to use coconut milk, but lately I've just been wanting water in my smoothie. I don't add any milk to it. About 12 to 16 ounces, depending on how thick you want your smoothie to be. I blend it very, very well. I forgot to show you the awesome blades in this machine. They're big and very effective.
You showed them last time.
Yeah. Yeah. The blades in this machine are very effective. You can use any blender, but if you just use a standard blender, you might find that your smoothie is a bit gritty. The Vitamix that we have over there is very good. Excellent, actually. But I find this one is at least as good, if not better. If I hit the smoothie button 3 times, my smoothies are perfectly smooth, even with all the seeds from blackberries and raspberries in there. And I always start off a little bit slow first, just to get everything ground up a little bit, and then I go into the smoothie or the high speed. You can see how full it looked with all the greens and everything shoved in there, and you really end up with just about half a pitcher of liquid. So I think it was about 3/4 of a pitcher filled with greens and fruit. And now we only have half a pitcher of smoothie. All right, cheers. Enjoy your smoothies.
You're so lonely.
I know.
Wait, that's mine.